But this is why we have to establish a curfew. The first thing is that many of the people are still not listening. And we have to protect you. Number one, it's my job to protect and serve the community that I'm elected to protect and serve, especially look out for the safety and welfare. But if adults would keep their children home, and if adults would stay home themselves, like congregating in areas such as the gas station, car washes, any open public area, like, we cannot do that. Those areas are closed off to more than 5 people gathering. So when they're calling the police and you got several people calling the police, it means that you're not cooperating. So if you're not going to cooperate, we have to instill stronger metrics and things to be able to help you, to be able to cooperate, to protect you from yourselves in so many ways. And then in addition to that, there are a lot of people that are fearful and a lot of people that are nervous about this. So it doesn't help when you have, we had individuals that call us upset, that call us that are wondering why people are doing certain things, or not participating, or not listening to what the ordinances are. And so these are issues that we have to manage. And again, people from cities all over are calling us, asking us different questions, just like I'm sure that other cities are getting all kinds of other questions about us. But people, this is a time of where great strength is needed, where perseverance is needed. But at the same time, this is a time where we need to be able to comply and cooperate with the orders and the mandates and the recommendations that are given by our state, local, and public officials. This is the curfew that I'll be proposing, just so you guys will know. So a part of that curfew is that a citywide curfew is going to be initiated. This will be the order for the Moss Point Mississippians. Hopefully, if the board adopt this at 7 o'clock on tomorrow, and right now it's strongly recommended. So from midnight to 6 a.m., we'll be mandating that time. That's the time that we'll be mandating that time so that we can actually, through that time from from midnight to 6, that we don't want anybody on the road unless they fall under the certain categories. Here are the categories: public safety workers who are engaged in work, who are on duty, are traveling to and from their work; doctors, nurses, any other persons who are engaged in the medical field who work who work or have an open medical facility, or traveling to and from work; employees who work for Mississippi Power, Coastal Electric, or any other public utility company, or who is engaged in traveling to and from work; employees who work for a government utility, supplies water, and who are engaged or traveling to and from work; any employee of business that sell food, supplies, or necessities for sustaining persons who are engaged in work or traveling to or from work; employees of business that are primarily pharmacies like Burnham Drugs, MediMart Pharmacy, where Mr. Clarence Debo's is, who are engaged in traveling to and from work; any person who, from the time that we implemented, traveling to and from work, a location where they are seeking medical attention, obtaining legal pharmaceuticals, supplies, purchasing needed groceries, and so on. And then number 8, any person who is traveling to and from a location to render aid to another, or to provide the delivery of needed food, medicine, of necessary items. So if you go into your mother's house to give her her insulin shot, something like that. Any other person who is traveling to and from a place that is critical infrastructure industry as defined by the Department of Homeland Security. So for those of you that work at Ingalls, I can't tell you what Ingalls is doing or what Pascagoula is doing because I don't know. But what I can tell you is that Ingalls is considered an industry that's protected, a major defense industry. So if you look at I can't think of what's the exact wording, but the Department of Homeland Security considers them an essential employer. So they are an essential employer. So I don't see them closing down unless the state government actually mandates that. I'm not understanding, one, why adults are not staying home and leisure and out, I don't washing cars and, congregating at gas stations. That just doesn't make any sense to me. I take these things definitely very serious. We arrested someone on yesterday. And so people might not like these things, but it doesn't make sense when you are not listening. The only reason, I'll tell you, the only reason that these mandates are coming from the city of Moss Point is because we cannot get other people to listen. We can't get adults to stay off the corner. We can't get them to go home. We can't get them to keep their children. Children, I mean, parents, our kids are out of school. Go home and teach your kids, work with your children. This is the perfect time for bonding. Let's bond together. Let's work together. So the only reason that we're having to enforce these policies is because of the negligence of ourselves and us not taking heed to the advice of the health officials, the public officials, and those types of things.